What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Safia Ashe Jassi, aka Fire, because I stay bringing that heat. And yes, y'all, in that order. So, it's been a minute since I went live. A lot has been going on since the last time I went live, documenting my journey of rebranding Black Girl Fire. And on that journey, I have been experiencing hardship with my housing situation. So, and while going through all of this, I have also been in the process of learning how to unmask as a neurodivergent Black woman. So this is kind of hard for me because I'm a very self-sufficient person, and I'm finally learning how to ask for help and being open. It still is a work in progress, but I'm live today because I am looking to help raise money to help improve my living conditions and to help with legal fees for my unlawful eviction due to house disability, housing discrimination, and neglect. And rather than using like a GoFundMe, which like I feel very uneasy about that, for several different reasons. But the one being the latest example is the situation with the pink sauce lady. Like I don't like to be in a situation where like it's kind of like a beggar, or like the biggest comparison I can be like a person who's homeless, who's asking for money. I don't want to be in that situation. I'd rather provide like a service or something that you can get in return in exchange for helping me raise money to improve my living conditions and to help with legal costs. So you can help contribute to my cause by becoming a Patreon member. I provide the link in the description of this live. But basically, I'm using Patreon to launch the beta stage or the beta phase of the neurodivergent focused social media production company that's directly dedicated to providing economic and exposure opportunity for neurodivergent Black women. Because, like, with everything that's been coming out about Hollywood from the Me Too movement, from Monique winning her case against Netflix, to now the actors and writers strikes, we see all the injustice, which is like a lot of things that the actors and writers are asking for with the strikes are the very things that people with disabilities has been asking from film executives and producers in Hollywood. But people with disabilities are constantly met with it would be too expensive to make the appropriate accommodations and accessibility needs for people with disabilities. While the film industry made over $300 billion per year, I mean, the math isn't adding up. So I have been going through a lot of different things of what I want to do to disrupt Hollywood, because that's something I've been talking about for the past 2 or 3 years. Like at first, I wanted to disrupt Hollywood by working with film studios and film executives to make the necessity changes and educate them on how to make their film sets more inclusive for neurodivergent talents. but I seen as like I've been reaching out to people on Instagram, LinkedIn, and all across social media. I mean, like, people really ain't hear me though. They ain't giving me the time of day that I need. And instead of me constantly pushing the door, want to make sure people to hear my calls about the workshops and the training and all the research that I have done that's supported through research that I have done in conjunction with Dr. Jazz Gray and her students at Pepperdine University. And instead of like over exhaust myself to prove my worth to people who ain't trying to hear me though, I'm taking all of that into creating the first ever neurodivergent social media production company that I'm launching the beta phase through Patreon. So you can join my Patreon that way. And right now, I'm using it as a way to document my experience of navigating an unlawful eviction due to disability, housing discrimination, and neglect. And the second way of how you can support my cause is by purchasing merch from my online store called Luxy Chaos. It's also provided in the link that's in the description for this live that you can click on and find your merch. And I want to provide you a little like backstory about Luxy Chaos, which derives from luxury chaos, which is a term that I came up with to describe my methods in the art that I was making while I was at SIC. And it best capture what is like my experience of being a neurodivergent Black woman, and my goal of spreading the awareness of like the superpower of being neurodivergent, which is creative geniusness. Because we neurodivergent people often get a lot of slack for the way we think or we maneuver through society when it comes to neurotypical people. But I'm changing that by by using the term Lexi Chaos to empower me and other neurodivergent individuals like me, that that empower us. So 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 again, you can support my cause by either becoming a member of my Patreon channel or purchasing your Luxy Chaos merch. All of that is provided in the description of this video. And I thank you so much. And and that or